Just because something is ordinary, it doesn't mean that it is not significant. Our lives are made of little tales of small things that made all the difference. It is so easy to overlook them and let them slip into silence and ask what's next, like none of it has ever happened. Sometimes I need to stop and remember the things that I don't want to forget, because if I don't remember them, no one will. Where was I? As my local bus arrives to the city center bus station, I can see Charlie is already waiting for me, as usual. If we walk to our Bible study class from here, as we always do on Mondays, it takes a good 45 minutes to get there. But today I'm not in the mood to walk. I'm tired. I guess I could just take another bus and be there in no time because I have my bus pass. But then, what about Charlie? We could meet there, but I don't have the cheeks to send him walking on his own. No, that would be rude. Hey Charlie, I greet him. Guess what? Today we take the bus. To purchase Charlie's ticket will drain my pocket money I get from my parents significantly, but I am glad that I can do it. I just read the other day that whoever is kind to the poor lends to the Lord, and He will reward them for what they have done. It encourages my heart knowing that I can do the right thing. So I just have a little conversation with God in my head. Lord, you say, do to others as you would like others to do to you. Well, you see, God, I'll get this ticket to Charlie today because I can do that much. But I know that in reality, I lend it to you. And I know you see me. I know you will reward me according to what you can do. You know how one day I would love to travel, but flight tickets I cannot get. For now, it is just this bus fare, but I put it into your hands. I just wanted you to know that I count on you, that's all. At the Bible study group, we have a great time. In the end, our teacher Dave Adams announces that we can look forward to a great weekend in church because a very special guest speaker, Dave Gilpin, is coming to us from Sheffield. I heard about him a lot before, and I couldn't wait to hear from him. On Saturday, he will talk to the leaders from our church and to pastors and leaders from other churches. It will be an invite-only meeting for leaders. I could not rest all week. All I could think of was that I am missing out on what he has to say on Saturday. I really wanted to go and hear him speak, but I don't have an invite. I became a Christian roughly a year ago, but after a slow and careful start, I threw myself into the ways of God, and all I wanted is to know all there is to know. It's not fair, I complained to God. Why couldn't I go? Oh, it's so not fair. Reading my Bible, I found a woman I could identify with. A lady who desperately wanted Jesus' attention because her daughter was ill. But the disciples sent her away. Only she didn't leave. Then Jesus himself rejected her, but she ignored it, stood her ground and said, "Even the dogs can eat the crumbs that fall down from the master's table." And Jesus healed her daughter. What a woman! I guess my answer lies in not if I am invited or not, but in how far am I willing to go to be there. Well, all the way. And I started to cook up a plan. On Saturday early morning, I went to the church's meeting room where people were diligently preparing food and drinks, rearranging chairs. "Hi, I thought you wouldn't mind some help," I said to the organizers, and they were happy to see me. In the next hour, I tried to be as useful as I possibly could, washing glasses in the kitchen, refilling bowls with snacks. But in the meanwhile, I tried to hide from Dave Adams, but he was busy with greeting other people. "Don't forget, Krista, just act like you belong here. They don't know you're not. And if it comes to the worst, remember your lifeline verse. Even the dogs can eat the crumbs that fall down from the master's table. Yes, just keep calm." The leaders took their places in the room. The ones that knew me sat in the front rows. I sat in the last row, leaning forward, my notebook and pen ready. I can't believe I made it, but I did. Dave Gilpin stood up and started to speak. He is a young, tall, blonde man in a pink shirt and tight jeans. He starts to talk about the different personality types. I have never heard about stuff like this before. Confidence is oozing out of him. I can tell he is very happy in his skin and he is not apologetic about it. With his message, he makes us all feel a lot better about ourselves as well. I like this man, and I count my blessings for being so lucky that I could listen to what he had to say. I cannot wait till tomorrow to hear him again in church. And his message did not disappoint. It was very practical, challenging and refreshing at the same time. In the end, I was waiting around to thank him for coming this far and to say how great and relevant his preach was. Ann Adams was talking to him. Then she pointed him towards my direction. Then he turned to me with a friendly smile and said, "Hi Krista, it's nice to meet you. I have a message for you from my wife Jenny. She's going to host a National Women's Conference in the summer in our church in Sheffield, and she would like to invite you to come with Anne and a few other ladies. I think you would love it. And don't worry about the cost. It is covered, including your return flight tickets." What do you think, huh? I found I was unable to think for a moment. I couldn't believe my ears. First, because he knew my name. Second, I have never met his wife before, and frankly, her invite was so generous it numbed my brain. Jenny Gilpin's invite wasn't the first of its kind. In the previous years, she invited pastors' wives and other ladies from our church and from other parts of Europe to be part of their annual conference named Fab You. As soon as our party stepped into the venue, we couldn't stop turning our heads and fall from one amazement into another. In the rooms, there stood some women wearing sunglasses, dressed in white with big white angel wings on their backs. They stood there like statues, while the other delegates were taking group pictures with them and trying their hardest to make the statues move or laugh. The air was filled with the smell of perfume and hairspray. All around us, hundreds of women from all generations were having a great time. Music played in the background, and the bright-colored lights lit the room. On big mirrors, I could read the slogan of the conference written in red lipstick. Fab You, beautiful, called, chosen. The speaker for the first session was our very own host, Jenny Gilpin. "Hello ladies, welcome to Fab You. I'm so glad that you could make it." As she spoke, I could not take my eyes off her. She was fierce and passionate as she talked about her Jesus. Yet in the same time, she was very funny, feminine and beautiful. She was like a royal princess, and she knew whose she was. She knew she had a voice, and she had something to say, and my heart heard it. During the conference, I got introduced to Glyn, who was the young director of the church's Bible college. I had the chance to hear him speak on a young adult meeting, and I think I will not forget that talk till I live. He spoke with so much passion, urgency and audacity that it sent shivers down my back. I find it hard to believe that there were people in this world who had the good luck to listen to preachers like him week after week. "So Krista," he said to me, "have you enjoyed the conference?" "Yes, I loved it very much," I responded with broken English. What I meant was that I am totally overwhelmed by the kindness of the people, the life-changing messages that I heard, and by the outstanding ministry this church took upon itself to make a difference in this world. "That's great to hear," he said. "Well, listen, we would like to offer you the opportunity to come to our college to learn if it is something you would like to do. We believe in you, and we would like to offer you a scholarship. Just think about it for now," he said while smiling. I felt dizzy, disoriented, and I thought I'm gonna fall off the chair. Just to add to that, my ears started to ring and my mouth turned dry. "Well, thank you very much. I will pray about it," I managed to say. "You do that, and let me know. What will it be?" "I will."